Imagine a child with millions and billions of bruises and cuts all over his or her body because of something their mother, father, sister, brother, or even guardian has done. Imagine him or her crying in the corner of the room, cradling their legs together as they begged them to stop. To please stop all this hitting, slapping, kicking, and beating that almost put them to death. To stop this pain that they feel all over their body that some may already feel used to. They feel numb. Majority of us may call this child abuse, well, child physical abuse, but others call it life. According to medicinenet.com, physical child abuse is physical injury inflicted upon a child with cruel and or malicious intent. Physical abuse can be the result of punching, beating, kicking, biting, biting, shaking, or otherwise harming a child physically. Physical child abuse is a huge issue all over the world, especially in Canada, as more than 1/3 of the Canadians have suffered child abuse. Many may ask, why should I care? And the answer is simple. If we don't do anything about it, that child will grow up to think that it's normal to hit not only a child, but an adult or even an animal. It could possibly lead on to their children, causing them to possibly grow up to think the same way, therefore making the abuse continuous. However, we as a country can work together to stop this physical abuse. If you are a parent who has harmed or thinks they may harm their child, here are some ways you can get some help. Call your local child protection services, talk to your family doctor or public health nurses, go to a family resource center, go to some parenting programs or resources like booklets, talk to a social worker, call your local helpline, or even call the police. If you are a teacher or someone who is surrounded by children, try your best to examine each child to see if they are hurt and or possibly getting abused. It is important to be aware that you will not get in trouble for making a report if you have any reasons to believe that a child is possibly getting physically abused. If a child has told you that he or she is being abused, here are some things you can do. Call the local child protection services. Guide that child to a closest social worker, counselor, or teacher. Let them know that they are safe with you and they will be helped shortly, and or call the police. If you suspect that a child is being physically abused, here are some tips. Examine their behavioral signs, examine their physical appearance to see if there's any bruising or swelling all over their body, blood on their clothing or undergarments, and examine the way they talk, such as the words and phrases used, and unexplained silence or suddenly being less talkative. If your parent, sibling, and or guardian is seriously hurting you, then please tell a trusted adult right away. It is really important for you to be aware of what physical abuse is in order for you to recognize that you might be in the same situation. If you are getting physically abused, here are some things that you can do to help. Tell a trusted adult right away. If you can't find a trusted adult to tell, or is worried about upsetting a parent or making someone angry, then call the kids' help phone. You can write a note or an email or even send a letter to a trusted adult if you fear talking to them in person or through the phone. You can also talk to somebody at school, such as a school counselor, school nurse, teacher, or coach. And lastly, you can tell a friend's mom or dad, big brother or sister. Physical child abuse is an important issue that is currently happening all over the world, especially in Canada. To stop this from ever happening again, we have to educate the children, parents, guardians, teachers, and everyone so that we are aware of how to help themselves and prevent abuse that could possibly happen. The worst part of being abused is the betrayal, because the one who should have been the one to protect you was the one who harmed them. Let us not let this happen to anyone. We as a country and community should be protecting our kids who are the future, not hurting them.